Hi everyone, we, the members of Marian Library Jyothi, is coming with another session.
Hello everyone. I hope all of you are safe in your homes along with your family, far away from the dangers of coronavirus. As you know, we have been having this lockdown for quite a long time and we've been almost fed up with it, right? That's disrupted our daily day-to-day activities, our special occasions, and so on. And one of those occasions, namely Reader's Week, was about to get ruined, just like the other past occasions. But our wonderful school library Readers Club, Jyothi, has decided to connect it in a special way than usual. And it is being done through our online platform in YouTube. And as a part of the Readers Club of our library, I, Jahanjay Sanjay, am here to present the story of how I fell in love with storybooks and how I started my journey in the wonderful world of storybooks. I started out as a normal 4-year-old boy who was well versed in forming simple sentences for conversations. When I got to know that I had to use some horrible and demoniac creations known as textbooks to study, and I had to go to school every day wearing a uniform which I was forced to wear by my parents and grandparents every day morning, I cursed those books and I lamented. One day my parents brought home some books which were actually storybooks, and I didn't know that there were some things known as storybooks. And they told me that I had to hear them read those books every day before going to bed. Yes, those were bedtime stories. But I didn't know that those were bedtime stories before they started reading it. I started to make noises. I threw a tantrum, but they hushed me and said, "Just listen, give it a try." And they started with Once Upon a Time. And I was thinking, like, this is the usual textbook. No textbook starts with Once Upon a Time. Okay, let's hear what they are saying. And I was enraptured with what they said. This was in the textbook. I asked them, just to be sure, what kind of a textbook is this? This doesn't look like a usual textbook. And they said, this is not a textbook. You're right. This is a storybook. And I fell in love at once. It was like finding my best friend for life. And now they are. Whenever I was angry, sad, depressed, I used to take up a storybook and read it. And guess what? One thing I discovered during my journey in the world of books was that they always cured me of my bad moods. They left me peaceful, calm, happy, and content. And whenever I read a book, I'd feel myself in sync with those characters. As if when they were happy, I would feel happy, and when they were sad, I would feel sad. And many times, each time I read a book that I really liked, I wish as if those things were real. I imagine myself when I read those lines as if I was in those scenes along with those characters, and I kept on fantasizing about all such things, but never could they be true. And well, going on to more realistic things, when I look back upon this journey, I marvel at the transformation that I have underwent from being the biggest hater of books to being the biggest book addict in my family, and that is not saying much because most of my family members, they love books. So to be the biggest book lover of all, it's a really big thing in my family. I love books so much that it has become a really big addiction for me, and now my parents are really exasperated. Even then, my hunger for books never subsided. I used to find and search for sources all around me from where I could gather any book to read. It almost became an addiction. And when I heard about the library at school, my joy knew no bounds. I found the perfect place to find books. So I went there, and one could always see me at the library during each and every lunch break and free period that I had. I devoured every book that I could see. And now, when I stand here looking back on that journey which I started years ago, books at that time were a source of entertainment and pleasure for me. But now, as I stated earlier, they are now my closest friends and my confidants. Most of my friends would say, whenever I was reading a book, I would forget everyone and everything all around me. And some even said that they were afraid to interrupt me when I was reading. I think they were joking, but the thing is, whenever someone interrupted me from reading a book, I would get really angry. So that must have been the basis for them to say that. And now, I really can't imagine a world without books. A library is now the mirror image of paradise for me on earth. And so, to conclude, to all those who haven't given much thought to reading books and thinking that books are a waste of time, I just have this to say: just give them a try, put your heart in it, and you will then comprehend the real beauty of books. If I was able to appreciate those books and undergo such a transformation, then surely you can too. And to all my fellow book lovers, I wish all of you a wonderful reading week ahead. And I say that though libraries are shut, but reading goes on. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
The 23rd April was chosen as it is symbolic date for world literature. Since 2001, each year a city is chosen as World Book Capital.
Copyright is a law that gives the owner of a work, for example, a book, movie, picture, song, or website, the right to say how other people can use it. Copyright laws make it easier for authors to make money by selling their works. With copyright, a work can only be copied if the owner gives permission.
Read so that no stranger remain. Read, grow wings and travel. Read so that no culture stays unknown. Read so never feel alone.